Hi, y'all. It's me, Jess Jones. How are you today? I am feeling wonderful and amazing, and I'm really excited to be tuning in to share with you a really cool story inspired by a post that I was tagged in today. My friend Tom tagged me in the post of this joke show that went and played a positive joke, a great prank on this waitress, this woman who is doing really great things in her yoga community, and they pranked her by going in and leaving really, really generous tips, and she ended up making a decent amount of money for this prank, this beneficial prank. It was really beautiful, and it reminded me of a moment in my life back in January that I want to and I'm ready to share with you all. I think that it's important for this message to be delivered and received because a lot of times we've created a lottery, strike it big mentality on abundance and money and financial resources, and we just need to reshape our mindset. And I think that that game show, prank show, whatever it was, it's beautiful that they did that, but it is still putting into a lot of people's perspectives that you know having financial abundance is something that they need to win, that it's still outside of themselves, because they don't foresee themselves a TV show coming and picking them, and yada yada yada. The list goes on and on why fear can come through in those moments and create a storyline of illusion that blocks abundance. Yes, so anyways, I want to share this beautiful story with you now. So back in January, all of 2014, I was working at a restaurant in West Hollywood, serving as well as teaching yoga and doing my spiritual work, getting myself prepared to really be doing my spiritual work in 2015. And so all of that year I was serving at this restaurant, and in January when I returned from Christmas back home east in New York, I was going into work. And I guess a little side note is in January I'm a Sagittarius, my sun sign is a Sagittarius, and I also have 6 houses of Sagittarius in my chart, so a lot of Sagittarius. And Saturn came into my sign for the first time in January, and on that very day I was going into work, and on that very day I was let go from this job. And I made a post about this previously, about how Saturn comes in, and literally that day I was let go from my job. We had an eviction notice on our apartment door, and me and my then boyfriend split up. So it was like, Saturn's coming in and really, you were totally on the wrong track, sister, so let's get that out and start fresh. So but immediately when I lost that job at the restaurant, I knew right away that I had bills to pay. My rent was coming up, and I was just home for Christmas, and I spent my money on my family to gift them lovely things that came from my heart. And I had girlfriends who made a call for me and immediately got me another serving position. And I was able to start right away, very short training, so I was able to start making money again quickly. And this was in the beginning of my abundance consciousness awareness, back in the beginning of this year. And this year I've since changed my mindset a lot, so this story is coming from a different mindset and in the beginning of my manifestation of abundance and my abundance consciousness days. So I think this story will resonate with a lot of people who are in that initial stage. So I took this job right away out of, a little bit of fear for making sure I could pay my rent, and all the other things that went along with that. And so I started working there right away, and I was there for about 2 weeks completely. 2 weeks, maybe 3. I have no concept of time anymore, but I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks. And in this time back in January, I was doing a lot of prayers and meditation and working with some amazing books, Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, and some other books by him, to help me really cultivate and change my mindset, because I knew that I came from a middle-class family, and they grew up on farms, and so there was a lack of consciousness that I grew up around, and I was ready to change my mindset on that. So I was doing a lot of work with these books, Think and Grow Rich, amazing book, I highly recommend that one. And so I was doing my meditation, saying my affirmations, and putting a lot of knowing and trust into the awareness that I am the source of my supply and abundance, and I am the universe. I am unlimited. So I am an unlimited source of abundance. And I needed to stop thinking outside of myself at these serving jobs as my source of abundance, and needed to recognize that I was the source of abundance. So I was there for about 3 weeks, and I was driving in there one Friday night, and I just was breaking down inside. My spirit was crying out to me, because I knew that I was let go from that serving job, because I was meant to be done with serving for a while. I had been serving for almost 10 years, and it wore a lot on my soul, being such a sensitive, energetic being, to be in such a highly energetic place that sometimes could be a little bit aggressive towards me. It was very, very challenging at sometimes. And I learned a lot of lessons about people and about compassion and patience and love, being a server for so long. And but I knew that it was time for me to step into another role and step into my true path on this planet as a healer and a teacher and someone who's meant to awaken consciousness, and that I was being let go from that job because it was time. So I was driving and I was breaking down, and it was a Friday night, and I was only scheduled there Friday and Saturday night that week. And I was driving in, and I was just praying and saying my affirmations, and I made a commitment. I made a commitment to my angels. I committed that, and I said this out loud, angels, if I, in these 2 shifts in this weekend, if I can make $1,000, I have a little bit of money saved up, I will walk away from serving, and I will trust that I am the source of my supply and that everything will be okay. And I'll trust that, and I promised. And I said, if this happens, I will tell them right then and there that I'm not coming back, and I will not go back, and I will put everything into my mission and my purpose here. And so I went in on this Friday night, and this was a very slow restaurant, very, very slow. $1,000 in 2 shifts is a stretch for this restaurant. So I was there, and the night was dead. Very, very, very few customers. I maybe had 2-3 tables, but I never let my consciousness slip out of abundance. I continued in my mind to chant and to affirm and to believe, and I let my heart stay open to receive the abundance that I was creating in my mind's eye. And at the end of the night, I was the closer, and another server, he came over to me and he said, I'm ready to leave, you're the closer, can I transfer this table? And I was like, you know what, sure, absolutely. Not a big deal, I'll take this table. So I transferred this table to me, and it was 2 brothers, and they're probably 60s or 70s, and their wives, and their tab was maybe around $300 and something. And I got them at the very end of their meal, around that time. And I just chatted with them for a few moments, shared with them a little bit about what I do and about my purpose here, and I made direct eye contact with them the entire time that I was sharing with them my purpose and my mission here. And they asked for the bill then and there, and I went and got the bill from them, and I came back and he asked me when I was handing in the tab, since he transferred me to the table, he asked me if I was receiving this gratuity. I said, yeah, that I will be receiving the gratuity. And so he made me stay there while he was signing the tab, and then handed it back to me and said, make sure it's all right before you leave the table, and letting me know, because normally you wouldn't look at a tip while you're standing at the table. It's just, I guess it wouldn't be etiquette, you could say. So he asked me to look at the tip while I was standing there, and as I'm looking down at this tip, I see that it's $2,000. And I looked up at him and locked eyes with him, and he said to me, I hope all of your dreams come true. And that was that. I went back to that restaurant the next morning, and I told them I wasn't coming back, that I picked up my last check, and that was that. And I committed on that day to following my higher self, following my true path, following everything that I know is true and real, and not letting fear of anything get in the way, because I'm divinely supported and protected in this life. And it's not just me. We all are. We all are one here. We are all from the same source of abundance. We just have to remember that and demand excellence of ourselves. You know, I've spoken before about, what are you demanding for yourself? Are you demanding excellence? Are you demanding abundance? Are you demanding the clear channel of abundance to come through you? You know, this is just one of the many times that I have been able to demand abundance, and it has shown up for me. And it's shown up for me when I was demanding in a way that aligned me with my path, that put me outside of myself and aligned me with who I am and why I'm here. And I've since continued on that path, and it's been working out for me, and it's been working out for a lot of other amazing beings who I also know have given their whole faith in following their inner knowing that they are the source of their abundance, and that everything, all of our needs are met, even and then some. You know, extend your needs out and they're met. But it's when you let go of that materialistic hunger for those needs, and just recognize who you are, why you're here, and what your needs are in order for you to fulfill that purpose, that mission. The universe will align you with those needs, and you will always be protected. So anyways, I'm going to keep this short and just say thank you so much for encouraging me to share this story today, by divinely aligning the synchronistic events for me to feel open and willing to share. And I'm so thankful because the universe is here to support us right now, and I hope that my voice can guide you and help you to understand how you can be supported. So if you have any questions about this video, or manifestation, the laws of abundance, how you can get to your mind to that state of openness so that you can receive the abundance that's all around you, please leave comments. I will be sure to follow up with you, or check out my sites. As always, thank you so much, and I love you infinitely and abundantly, and we are all here to change this world for the better. So thank you so much for showing up.